Hi everyone, keyless entry here. Today I'm doing a stock lock Sunday video. Gonna pick this Yale here. It's quite an unusual lock really, this Yale. It's got the, I think it's BSI kite mark, and not the usual Yale keyway. This one's got a bit of an odd looking keyway. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but key pin 1 sits higher than the other key pins. You can probably see it there. You can see key pin 2, then start of key pin 1 at the front. It does get weirder. But so this one is a KTM, a Yale KTM. Tried to do some research on it. I've only been able to find one other YouTube video, and it was a locksmith attacking it with a electric pick gun with no explanation about the lock. So here's your bitting. So the bitting's not too bad. First 3 high lifts, then you got a low, it comes back up and then down again on 6. So that's not too bad. Little thing missing out of the key here, but yeah, that's nothing. Yeah, so this is part of Yale's AS series. It stands for anti-snap. So this is the exterior side, which I've gutted already because I could not pick it and I had to investigate and see what was going on with this lock. So it's quite interesting. So it's got the anti-snap, as you can see on the front. So it's got 2 loaded from the front, 2 pins loaded from the top, and the 4 back pins loaded from the bottom, which is don't know why I did that. Lots of drill protection, and on the plug as well. So alrighty, enough jibber jabber. Let's get into picking it. Remove the inserts and try to get this into the vise. It's got these ball bearings on each side. So I've got to sort of line it up with the gaps in the vise here. Get it lined up nicely, nice and tight. Yes, there we go, beautiful. Alrighty, so for this one, I'm going to use my favourite tensioner, and I think I picked it with the Tipenny teardrop from Lock. Alright, so I'm going to pick it counterclockwise, and that tensioner doesn't really, let's try this one, because pin 1 is really close to the front, it's hard to get to, so I'm going to use extra tension on this because it's the only way I can pick it. First few attempts when I got it a long time ago, you used very light tension, and I just, yeah, it was a mess. So I'm sort of picking it the way I would pick Lockwood tapered pins. Okay, it's 5 binding. So I've let off a bit of the tension and now reapplying it as soon as the pin moves. Nice click out of it. 6 is still springy. It's 5, make sure it's in there. There. Let's go to the front, see what we got. Okay, just touch 2, a little bit of movement. Okay. So 6 is good. Not sure if 5 is set properly actually. Four. 2 is binding now. Okay, a lot of movement from 2. I think 2 is good and hard. 1 is really hard to get to. Oh, I almost lost it then, but I saved it. So there we go. There's an open. Alrighty. Now I want to go and show you guys the funky internals of this little lock. What I might do is I might lay it out on this and then get a box and zoom in on them. I think that'll give you guys the best view. So key and screwdriver to get this clip off. Oh, beautiful. Alright, so make sure pins will go through nicely. There we go. Follower. That's fine. That's no pins. That's actually a don't know why they made it this way, but the bottom of the key is not. See that gap there? So if you were to turn it 180, all your driver pins would fall in there. So they put this little plate in there, which sits in like, not like that. Usually sits in like that to stop. So when you do turn it 180, the bubble pins don't, the drivers don't go in there, because yeah, you can jam it up. All right, back down here. Dropped the one keep in already, which was keeping 6. There we go. Oh yeah, I did want to show something that was interesting. So here we've got the all the pins, key pins at resting height, and it looks like 1 and 6 should be the same cut on the key pretty much. They're pretty much the same lift if you're looking at it that way. But if you look at the key, 1 and 6, you can see 1 is a lot higher than 6. And because these key pins are sort of like dimple key pins you find in dimple locks. They have like a reduced diameter bottom, and they sit on a shelf in the plug, which I'll show you in a second. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Not sure if you'll be able to see it on the camera, but there is a little shelf down there, a little ledge. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can see it there. So it rests on that shelf there. Yep. All right. Okay, let's get back down here. Rearrange these. That'll make more sense when I show you the pins. Plenty of overset traps on them. See, this is probably the strangest pin tumbler lock I've seen in a while, actually. Okay, so we've got a double serrated in one. A nice strong spring. Same in 2. They're sort of like GG pins, but not 3 serrations, just 2, 1 on each side. Alright, this is where it gets funny now. I didn't need to pick 3 at all because the driver sits on the shear line. So I thought that was interesting. Yep. As we get these baby springs now that don't do anything really, except force the pins into the plug, barely. But picking wise, they offer no resistance, so I was just oversetting all the time. And these drivers are pretty tapered. They're very nicely tapered. So that's why I was picking them like I would the Lockwood tapered. Alright, last one. So we got 2 serrated and all standards, but with these baby springs. So they offer no resistance at all. That's why I was cranking the tension up to get the pins to bind so I could feel them snap in. Alrighty, get a box and I'll just switch the camera around so you guys can see the pins. There we go, got the focus in. You can see 3, the spring on 3, because I didn't pick it, actually got caught up in there. Yeah, I didn't realise that. So here you go. So you see these pins here. Try to zoom in a little bit. Sort of look like dimple key pins. So they sit on the shelf there. So that reduced diameter on the bottom, that would rest on the shelf in the plug. So pin 1 stayed up higher. Then you got all these overset traps on the top of these pins. 4 as well, and on 6. These serrated are tapered as well. Not sure if that comes through, but they are cut on an angle. And these ones are very nicely tapered there, top and bottom. They are standards, but yeah, they are tapered. They're a bit tricky, you know, you sort of have to nudge and bump them into place. Anyway, that was the Yale KTM picked and gutted. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.